There is no better way to kick off the first ever live BAM studio. This is actually, I believe, the first real estate radio row style.
Yeah,
and
that's legit. The first I've seen it. I've been to a lot.
You've been to a lot. How many conferences have you been to? I've got Jay Thompson sitting with me. This is the OG. And yeah, we'll just have you get a little bit closer to the mic. This is the OG of real estate commentary online. Jay Thompson, formerly of Zillow. Jay, who do you think? I think you've been in way more debates than I've ever been in. I love the word debate in the real estate industry.
You've been in a lot.
I've been in a lot of debates. I don't think it's a bad word.
No, it's a good word, actually.
You've been in a lot.
Yeah, a lot. I don't know how. I have no idea.
So I saw you walk in. We're at Turn On in Portland, 1,000 watts Turn On, and Mark had this great idea to like go live radio row, Super Bowl radio row style throughout the entire event. So we're going to be doing more live streams, and we're going to be getting a lot of live reactions. I see Jay Thompson walk in, and in the comments, let me know if you know who Jay is.
Be nice.
Be very nice. Jay's been, how many years did you do at Zillow?
Almost 7.
Almost 7 years.
7, yeah.
And those were the years that I really got to know you and honestly just love your approach, because you were a contrarian to a lot of people, agents that want to just, say the same thing or hear the same thing or live in a safe space. And you challenged the narrative a lot. So saw you walk in, I said, there's no better way to kick this off than to have you with me, Jay. Well, so pleasure.
It's an honor. Thank you. I was glad I ran into you. I tried to get here early for your hot sheet, but the alarm went off and I was like, I can't do it.
No. That's all right.
I just wanted to watch. But yeah, it's great.
I appreciate it. What if you were, and you're writing on realestatenews.com, and you're still actively monitoring the industry for sure. So if you were to pick one debate right now that we should be having as an industry, what debate would that be, and what side would you throw yourself in on?
That's a great question. I told you earlier you were good. See, you're good. I don't know that it's really a debate, but one of the least talked about, or I think
biggest misconception?
God. I think the biggest misconception is that it's no big deal. Maybe that's a misopinion. I think that what people aren't understanding is the magnitude that it could be. Who knows? I mean, it's the legal system, right? OJ's innocent, whatever. Maybe that's, probably should. I'm not supposed to talk about that. Anyway.
Meaning any outcome can happen, whether it's the truth or not.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's people making a decision, even if it's just judge. It's still a human being. And they're very good. Don't get me wrong. Most of those people are very good at what they do, but you never know what way someone's going to interpret a law, right? I mean, anytime there's a lawsuit, they list 10, precedents. Well, there's 10 precedents for there's just so much, lots of paths. Anything can go down. And if that were to go down the wrong path, it's not the end of the industry. There's never going to be an end of the industry. I don't care what people say. Zillow's not going to destroy the industry. The internet's not going to. These lawsuits aren't going to. People are always going to buy and sell homes.
If the lawsuits go to the extreme worst case scenario for real estate agents, let's play winners and losers real quick.
Okay.
Zillow winner category probably. Probably, right? They're probably in the winner category. AI tools for consumers, winner or loser category.
For agents?
For consumers.
For consumers, it's good.
Yeah. So AI tools would become, would they become adopted even faster if this happens, or would it still take somebody?
I think it's still going to take time. Change is slow.
Yeah.
For most stuff in real estate, it's kind of stodgy at times. Don't like change, but you better adapt. Damn it. Or
which agents would win in a? Okay, DOJ comes out and says, we're going to make dramatic changes. We know what those changes are. Everybody that's been following, we're going to make changes to basically buy-side commission if they say that. Who would agents win? Besides listing agents, that's the obvious. Those agents win. What other agents win?
Good buying agents that provide kick-ass service to their clients.
I love that. I'm going to actually talk about that a little bit today. not going that deep because Mark's only giving me 10 minutes. He doesn't want me to completely destroy the conference. So, but your point about good buyer agents, there's a difference right now between order takers, as Nick Bailey, Remax has used that term a lot, or door openers, which has been a phrase that's been used over the years. And then people that are really deeply knowledgeable about what it is they are not only doing, but the things that impact what they're doing, the economy, these lawsuits, their local market. And those professionals, those advisors can really separate themselves from the pack.
Absolutely. And they'll be great. I mean, that's one of the beautiful things, many beautiful things, but being that way is, I forgot where I was going with that. It's just
these buyer agents that are going to be able to charge a fee.
Yeah, it's people go, oh, I could never do that. Sure, you could. And the people you described will do that. And you know what? The buyers are going to go, okay, another initial. Yeah, I'm good with that. It's going to, at some point, now, if it happens tomorrow, it's a little different. But eventually, that buyer's agents getting paid directly is not a bad thing. It's a scary thing for a lot of agents, but other agents are like, whatever or bring it on. And if you have the whatever or bring it on attitude, you're probably going to be fine.
Yeah. Jay, because when big things happen in real estate, you're one of the first people to comment, whether it's on Facebook. Where are you most active? Facebook or Twitter? Or where are you most active right now?
Facebook, for sure.
Facebook, because that's where
I fly through Twitter streams, but I don't engage much on anymore.
Can people just follow you on Facebook or
they can? Yeah, I've got my personal profile set up
where people can follow you on the personal profile.
Yeah.
And so just Jay Thompson, go find him on Facebook, because when big things happen, and I appreciate if you're here on the BAM YouTube channel, I absolutely appreciate you. Consider subscribing if you're new to the channel. But somebody else that you want to just follow for when things break, I love going and looking at what your thoughts are.
I go to you
those.
first.
Have you ever been to this turn-on event?
I have not, and
you haven't. I was going to just ask you what to expect.
Yeah, I don't know, because with these guys, you don't know what to expect. But so I wanted to go. I think they had one 3 years ago or so, maybe it's probably pre-COVID. There was a turn-on, and I couldn't make it. I don't know why. And then this one came up, and I was talking to Mark, and here I am. So
this is how cool this event is, Bobby. Throw me those the gifts right there. So for people on YouTube that aren't here with us in Portland, this is how crazy 1000 Watt is. Not crazy. This is how, bucking the traditional.
Yeah, a little out of the box.
Mark is. They've got rolling papers as the welcome gift.
That's right.
So along with a notepad where you can take notes and everything like that. But they're just doing this booth is bucking the traditional.
I got a door hanger, which I thought was real. I haven't read it yet, but it's
wow. Well, let's read it.
Opportunity knocks. 3 ways to put 1000 Watt to work for your business. Then on the back side, there's very lovely formatted.
Wow.
3 things: their agency inside and the studio by 1000 Watt.
And so, Jay,
it's a door hanger. Which,
if I'm somebody right now that is door knocking in my neighborhood, I'm just stealing, because we know that Mark and Brian and their team at 1000 Watt,
steal it.
They're pretty intuitive when it comes to delivering a message.
Yes, they are.
So opportunity knocks. 3 ways to put blank brokerage to work for your business. I'm just stealing their copy and putting it on a door knocker. And then you have 1, 2, 3. Pretty easy to understand how you can help people. Probably if you're looking for listings, if you're doing door knocking right now. And then they've got the QR code and then the website. So that we should all R&D, as Tom Ferry would say.
Absolutely. They don't care.
No.
I mean, people worry about copyright. Make it your own.
Yeah.
You're not going to, don't do the same.
But the format.
And it's so simple.
Yeah.
Opportunity knocks, 1, 2, 3, bam, bam, bam.
So
bam, bam,
have you looked at the speaker lineup here? What are you looking forward to most in the next
gosh,
day and a
I
half?
was afraid you were going to ask me that. And I checked again this morning. I don't know. Because I'm like, oh, that sounds really cool. Interesting. There's I told my wife about, which one did I talk to her about? Oh, it was the Army Brigadier General, black female. And, and my wife is like, at a real estate conference?
They bucked the trend.
They bucked the trend. I'm glad. That's why I'm here. That's what I'm this is a super cool venue too. And this live stream video stuff, I was telling you earlier, I'm nerding out on cameras and tripods and soundboards and laptops. It's bad.
Well, but Bobby and Cooper, they recorded an entire, basically course on how to set this up. So, little teaser for all the BAM community. That there's going to be something released in April where you can get access to that. But this only works where we can live stream from a real estate conference lobby like this with Ethernet. So, Mark, that was one of the big things.
Yeah.
We needed to have Ethernet directly brought into the booth. So they did that. We've got all the power cables. We brought all this equipment, obviously. Cool. But this is like no other lobby in real estate. And by the way, if you're definitely follow Jay, like I said, but follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at Byron Lazine, because I'm going to be posting, some of the behind the scenes here at Turn On. This isn't like walking into other conferences where you have just, 20, 30 different sponsor booths.
There's not a booth out. The only booth out here is where you pick up your
pick up your rolling papers.
Where you pick up your rolling papers. That's what I did. There's a bucket of them. I'm like, are those rolling papers? And they're like, yeah. Okay.
They have games, puzzles. They're not making a dime off of sponsorships, which tells me, hey, 1000 Watt really cares to deliver information on this event. And so as the day goes through, as people are listening to some of the speakers, I'm going to be getting live reactions. I want to get some more of your reaction. I want to spend some more time with you.
Yeah.
We've never met face to face.
I know, which is crazy, but yeah, it's like you're walking in like you know someone, which is kind of a weird social media thing.
So if we do like a 10, 15, 20-minute pod later, what should we focus on? Let's tease it out there for everybody that's live viewing.
From here or just in life?
Yeah, we're going to do it from here, but we can talk about anything. It doesn't have to be necessarily about the event.
I think it's going to be hard not to talk about the event.
Yeah.
Honestly, because the lineup just looks, I'm not, believe me, I don't get paid for this. That lineup looks great.
Yeah, I'm going to pull the lineup up.
Very different. Very, very different from, you're in it?
I am in it.
Which is really cool, and that's one of the ones I'm looking forward to, seriously.
Thank you.
Did not pay me to say that either.
So they have a musical performance, which you may hear in the background right now. That's happening, or maybe it starts in a minute, but they're playing background music. Obviously, Brian Boero, the co-founder, is going to kick it off. Karen Bonder, she's a biologist with a twist. Professors of Place, reimagining the role of the realtor. This presentation will reframe the role of real estate agents as professors of place.
See, I love that. I love this. When I saw that, I'm like, wow.
I have no idea where she's going.
I don't either, but I love it.
So she's going to use examples from the animal kingdom to illustrate the important role. So I'm going to hopefully get some reactions from her and others. Bruce Turkle, who's a creative entrepreneur, who'll talk to you, discover how to see what success looks like. That's going to be interesting. Vanessa Riley, Chief Real Estate Officer of Domo Realty. Choose hard over easy. Ken Robbins, Amanda Azabuk, that's the Deputy Commanding General, U.S. Army Cadet Command. Whew.
Yeah, it's a mouthful, right? Super sharp. It appears to be one of those.
She's
yeah.
I mean, if she sits down with me, I'm going to tuck in, Jay.
Yep, that's right.
I'm ready to go.
You see what I did for you.
Matthew Ferrara.
Matthew's a good guy. I played poker with Matthew last night.
Did you really?
Yeah.
So they did a poker thing?
Yeah.
Here? How'd you do?
Middle-ish.
Was it cash game or was it charity, right?
It's charity. Everybody donated. Everybody that played donated $100 to their charity of choice, or to the pool, basically. And then the winner gets all the people's money for the winner's charity of choice.
Do you play a little looser when it's for charity? I find myself playing looser.
Well, I can't tell you how many times. Come on, just call. It's for the kids.
Yeah.
Which it's not always the case. Some of the charities are child-based, but yeah, it's just money for the kids. But it was a blast.
I've heard Matthew speak. I don't, obviously a marketing guru in the industry. Haven't sat down and spoken with him ever. Your history probably goes back quite a ways with him, or no?
Yeah, I don't know him super, super well, but we've met at conferences and things like that in the past.
So he's here.
Spoken not together, but at the same event.
Let us know in the comments if you're familiar with
He's a good guy.
Matthew. We've got poetry reading. We've got Tom Ferry's doing an interview with Mark Davison. I'm following that up.
Tom Ferry.
Look at what Mark did to me. It's Mark Davison and Tom Ferry, and then he puts me right after. That's when everybody was getting up for a break. So there you go. Diane Glass, Sharon, I love Sharon.
Sharon's cool. Sharon's a smart guy.
I'll say this. We're live, so we can't even edit it out. Sharon was the single best hire in the last 12 months in the real estate industry by real.
Yeah, it'd be hard to argue that
And
that's not true.
And I actually he's the president. Tamir's the CEO. Here's a little. I love making predictions that are.
All right.
I think Sharon will be the CEO of that company before the end of the year. I think Tamir will say, you know what, Sharon's the guy to actually take this to where we want to go.
Right.
And he'll do some type of lateral chair move, something, and Sharon will be the CEO.
That doesn't surprise. I would take that bet into the year.
By the end of the year, I'm putting my rolling papers on that.
Oh wow!
You know,
I can definitely see it happening. I don't know enough to say.
But that's how highly I think of that hire.
Sharon. That's a great hire. Yeah. Who else? You can't think of anybody.
Drew. Are you in this?
No, I'm not. You know what? I've
community?
known Drew. Drew was like one of the original Zillow employees.
5 years, he said. I met him yesterday. 5 years he did at Zillow.
Before me.
Okay.
And so he was kind of, him and a guy named David Gibbons were really, I hate to use the term Zillow's face on the internet, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We were kind of Zillow's face to
you were the face on the internet.
Yeah, on the internet.
Agent community, for sure.
Yeah.
You could say that.
He was that. You talk about OG. Drew was that guy for the first 5 years of Zillow's life. He's a really smart guy. Does a lot of. He's very entrepreneurial.
Founder
had some really cool travel apps
of Geek Estate.
Yep.
And he's got this really community gem.
GEM.
Yeah, the gem. It's geekestate.com. The gem. It's about 600 people. He said it's like behind the scenes prop tech people, real estate decision makers. Yep. It's built on Bobby. What's that network we were looking at? Mighty Networks, right? Mighty Networks. We looked at Mighty Networks for a while, and so the whole thing's built on that. I don't know if he wants me to say that or not. Sorry, Drew, if you didn't want me to say that. I don't think he cares.
I don't think he cares either.
But so I'm interested to see what he says. Lindsay Dreyer from
sat next to me at poker. She's
Lindsay.
Great.
Yeah.
Super.
Should I definitely get her over here?
Sure.
Absolutely. Right.
Yeah.
Brian, of course, and then they're doing some music, and that'll close out today, and then tomorrow.
Take a deep breath.
Matthew Beal, Hawaii Life, Jill Biggs, one of my great friends, Monique Allen, Clayton Collins, who's the founder CEO of Housing Wire. I'm really looking forward to grabbing his ear for a little bit. And then Jimmy Mackin's doing a workshop. I'm going to have Jimmy, CEO of
That's
Curator.
jam-packed.
That's jam-packed.
That's a lot of stuff. So, and I usually don't attend a lot of sessions when I'm at a conference because usually I'm in a trade booth. Well, I got quiet all of a sudden, didn't it?
Yeah. They're like, oh, Jay's about to say something. When I was talking, everyone was just like, no.
And that's it. So I don't attend many sessions because I'm usually out in the hall talking to people or in some stupid corporate meeting or being a trade booth show person. So I'm going to try to sit through every one of those.
Yeah.
And actually listen.
It's going to be really good.
It's going to be cool. It's a very different lineup.
We'll get a bunch of live reactions. And listen, appreciate you doing this.
Absolutely. It's fun.
Let us know in the comments if you remember Jay from all the Zillow days. He was the community face. What surprised you before we break here? What surprised you the most about, for years? It wasn't just like for a short period of time, for the extended period of time that agents had a really aggressive reaction to you and to Zillow. What surprised you the most about that in your journey in there?
Ooh, at first that it even happened, to the dude, I got death threats and nasty things said. People, one dude, I think it was on Twitter, in a Twitter, I don't know the format, Twitter DM, Facebook comment, something. Some dude said, I can find out where your pretty little daughter works and take out my frustrations on her.
That's a bigger death threat because it's not personal. It's family.
My head aches. People are like, all this crap, don't take it personally. When someone says that about my daughter,
I got two daughters.
Don't do that. Don't.
Yeah.
Man, head exploded. To their credit, Zillow did all the technical stuff. It might have come through Zillow.
Like your email or whatever?
Yeah, email or something like, and so they traced IP addresses and did their magic that they do you can't do shit like that on the internet. Most people can't without covering your trail. Right. There's always a trail
Internet trail.
The police knocked on that guy's door.
Good.
I don't think anything. I think that ended it.
That was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure. I was joking.
That was stunning. Yeah, that was stunning that would happen. People talking about coming to the office and shooting it up. Usually right after a school shooting, some idiot would leave a comment. Well, just go to Zillow with my friend Smith and Wesson. And stupid shit like that.
So when you were there, it was Spencer.
Yeah.
Now it's Rich. Do you know Rich at all?
Yeah, I know Rich.
Barton?
I mean, we're not BFF drinking buddies.
Yeah.
Although, well, I mean, we have. Never mind. We've drank tea.
Tell us these stories.
We've had cocktails at an event before.
Okay.
Usually some Zillow sponsor.
That's as far as you're going to go with that one?
Yeah, this is as far as that needs to be done. Seriously. But he's insanely smart. There's a lot of really smart people.
I've heard that a lot about him. Yeah.
And I think I'm a pretty bright guy. And when I would go to meetings at Zillow, I would be like, holy shit, these people are on a whole different level of intelligence.
What's Rich Barton's drink of choice?
I honestly don't know.
You don't remember?
No, I don't remember. I would tell you if I wish. I don't know why, because I haven't drank. I mean, maybe a beer. Or two over years. But he's a bright dude. Spencer, also crazy smart. And super intuitive. I think that's Rich Barton's secret sauce is he can freaking predict the market. It's not the market, but the trends. Like Zillow jumped into apps, not long in internet terms before a lot of companies did. Because Rich Barton, I don't know if he wakes up one day or he just strategically thinks through these, but consumers are going to go to this app phone thing, and he went all in on that, and that was the right move.
We covered a story. He just did an interview last week where he said, "Hey, I think the storm is going to get harder throughout this year. Maybe the worst is yet to come." And I'm paraphrasing exactly what he said. Sure. Nicole and I cover it on today's Real World, which will be up at 2:00 here on the channel. Would you agree with that? Looking at the real estate industry, do you think agents are getting a little bit blinded by the spring market, and there's more pain to come that will be greater than the pain they saw in the second half of last year?
Yeah, probably so.
Okay.
Probably so. Or you should at least be prepared for it, right?
At least be prepared.
Could happen. Absolutely. Could it happen? Sure.
Yeah. But do you think it will?
I probably, yeah. In some form, yeah.
All right. And that's why we're here at Turn On.
Turn on.
To turn on those, the brain power, the brain waves of how to think about this market and how to make decisions.
Cool. It's going to be cool.
Jay, appreciate you kicking this off with me.
Absolutely. It truly is an honor.
Absolutely. Go follow Jay definitely on Facebook because he is he reacts to these big moments in real estate all the time better than probably anybody I know. I love you. I love following your thoughts. And we'll be going back live again as we kick off the event. We're gonna get Jay on the pod. We're gonna do this is more of just like, hey, let's kick off Turn On. People are getting seated now, and we're gonna start to get reactions as we go throughout the day. So stay with us. We're gonna go live a few more times here throughout the day, and we'll be back here from Portland at Turn On.
This is cool.
This is cool.